As you know, electricity is used all around the world. It is considered to be an indispensable source of energy for every country. People use electricity for lighting, building, and many other industrial activities that are necessary for our life, and also here in Vietnam.
But the thing is that in some big cities, the amount of electricity consumed is increasing considerably. So residents have to spend more and more money paying for the bills. While here, in the countryside, the electricity is sometimes cut off, and it takes a long time to fix the problems, which is so annoying and can even affect our work and study.
Cúp điện mẹ ơi!
A few moments later.
More importantly, as we use electricity more and more, the generating electricity process has to be stable. And in Vietnam, to have enough electricity for the whole country, we have to do many thermal power plants and hydroelectric power plants. So now, our team wants to mention the effect that these activities have on the environment.
Let's talk about thermal power plants. Fuels like coal, natural gas, biomass, and uranium are used to boil water to produce high-pressure steam, which drives a steam turbine connected to an electrical generator. It's the generator inside the turbine that converts mechanical energy into electric energy and creates electricity. Steam is an efficient method of producing electricity because the water can be recycled and reused.
But wait, everything is not always nice.
It's found that thermal power plants activity have an impact on the environment. First is the water. According to Module East paper, it's found that new thermal power plant install capacity requires such an extremely intensive amount of water, up to millions cubic meters. Thermal power plant also contribute to water pollution. This put a lot of pressure on river and groundwater. Besides that, in the conference organized by Vietnam Union of Science and Technology Association and Green ID, experts had claimed that exploiting too many natural resources like coal, natural gas to supply enough fuels for the generating process can contribute to the depletion of resources in Vietnam. And we have to import them, especially coal, from other countries. Last but not least, thermal power plants can have an impact on the air due to particulate matter and gaseous emission. A large percentage of carbon dioxide, dust, and other toxic gas are generated and emitted to the air from the burning of fossil fuels and transportation of coal, which is one of the factors lead to greenhouse effect. This makes it difficult for humans and other species to live their life. Another big guy is hydropower plant. Now, we will make use of falling or fast-running water to produce electricity or to power a machine. Hydropower is a method of sustainable energy production. However, at the same time, some disadvantages of hydropower have been identified. As stated in a report by Vietnam Institute of Energy, hydropower requires vast quantity of water from the rivers and destroys the river ecology. Hydropower plants cause loss of nutrition due to settling of particulates and also because a large amount of silt is trapped when it's followed through the turbine, leading to a reduction in the amount of sediment in the riverbed and causing riverbank erosion. Another thing is when silt is deposited behind dam, more organisms gather there and use a lot of oxygen, which leads to cooling and deoxygenating of water released downstream. Because of this, a number of aquatic species downstream are in threat. Furthermore, hydropower companies release water stored in dams at times to suit their own operations without regard for the effect it will have downstream, so that in the rainy season, for instance, erosion, flood will be even worse. This not only leads to habitat loss for some species, but also poses a threat to people's life here. Moreover, increase in dam construction caused the reduction of forest area. and the forced resettlement of thousands of people, especially poor ethnic minority people. This faces a lot of difficulty because people are resettled on land which do not respond to their traditional farming techniques, and it takes time for them to get used to it. Nowadays, all the data about drawbacks of thermal power plants and hydropower plants are easily collected from literature search, like articles from many prestigious Vietnamese papers like Quảng Nam, Lao động, Môi trường, Pháp luật. Surveys and environmental reports are also carried out to show the effects. And this problem was even mentioned in the National Assembly of Vietnam.
But sadly that most of the electricity we use now comes from thermal power plants and hydroelectric power plants, which means that
if we don't act right now, these, and these still continue to happen.
But how can we make it?
engineering will help us.
Engineering is a profession in which scientific knowledge and mathematics is used and experimented with to develop ways that benefit mankind.
This is the reason why engineering is really important for our project. It provides us with a study and help us find out ways to design and arrange application of device, equipment, and system so that we can make the use of water, air, and sustainable and set up efficient and achievable projects for long-term results.
And that's why Young Nation is here. We want to make use of engineering to help the environment.
Viết, Tiến, Phương Nhi, An Minh, Khánh Chi.
Together,
we have come up with an idea. Why don't we make electricity from the sun?
Yes, that's right. We're gonna create a mini electric generator just from simple things that everyone can purchase, and the budget spent on this project is really affordable. Initially, the solar panel will receive energy from the sun, which then will be converted into electricity. A controller then regulates the amount of electricity stored in the battery. This will avoid overloading the power and causes damage to the machine. Eventually, electricity will be delivered to the device, so that there will be no more pollution, erosion, or any other environmental problems. But instead, we can bring back the crops, harvest, and save the money, energy, and resources. And we can keep smiling about the future, about the better life.
Hey, hold on. What about round 2 of YEC?
Oh, don't worry. Our team need about 4 days to set up the generator, 2 days for experimenting, and 1 day to check out everything again. That will be just take about 1 week. At the same time, our team has to collect the data and find an appropriate way to represent them. Everything will be checked carefully in our plan so that nothing wrong gonna happen.
We know that this is a very big and important problem because electricity is one of the most necessary energy source for Vietnam, and it will take us a lot of time to solve this problem. They are not only our team, but also all the team in YEC, and even you can do something. Now, young people, let's get out of your bed and come together in this challenge to create something to save this planet. We hope that this project will be successful,
And this can be now by all the people.
So that in the future,
we will use the cleanest electricity ever.
Hey, hey!